Prime Minister of Nepal. You must have seen it. Again, the youth people inspired by the Gen Z revolution in Kenya. Kenyans, you must clap for yourselves because this is really something. They say no, but don't worry, moderators, if they demonstrate sometimes intolerance and polarization. Because unless again we mold these young people together to be able to sit and discuss and agree, they're seeing the excesses. And how do you deal with excesses? Do you say, oh, let us sit and agree that Kenya is a multi-party democracy? It's already in the Constitution. Do we sit and say, let us fight corruption? The institutions are there. Or do you come out and throw them out? So the young people, that's the only thing. How do we manage their fury? Believe you me, even as we speak, the anger that was demonstrated on the 25th of June, 2025, when the young people demonstrated against high cost, high taxation. This country is the most overtaxed nation anywhere in the world. And they said no. And you overtax us and you steal from us as well. We'll say no. So before you sit and moderate them, allow them to vent their anger. That anger is still present in our country. And nobody can pretend that Kenyans are not angry. If you get people getting gangster type of execution, like happened to this advocate yesterday, you get people coming up with rungus, state-sponsored violence. State, I repeat, state-sponsored violence. And you tell them they can sit with you and discuss. Please, if you believe in multi-party democracy, which is in the Constitution, then you must tell those with instruments of power not to misuse those instruments. Allow political parties to organize. I saw somebody from DCP, right? They hear regarding Gachagua, the next thing is tear gas, throw him, don't allow him to address the... Honestly, it is not possible in a democracy to deny people the right to speak, the right to go to church. Even in churches, some of us are in church, they throw tear gas in the church. They beat you up. I want to urge the Kenyans, let us pray that this culture of violence, state-sponsored, where the police also distribute rungus to goons. I think that I like very much what the Law Society is doing. Some Law Society sponsored a motion or something in Parliament to make it impossible for leaders who believe in goonism never to be elected. Because how will the young people then grow up? And the unfortunate thing, it is the young people who are given those rungus to beat up their fellow youths because they don't belong to the same political belief system. You beat each other, senseless, you kill each other, you maim each other. And then the state will say, we'll compensate you. We'll kill you, then compensate you. My honest submission is let there be a blanket admission by this administration that they wrongfully detained, they wrongfully maimed, they destroyed people's property and blamed it on other wrong people, that there must be a blanket apology to the Kenyan nation. That would be something. But you cannot just, compensation without justice is not compensation. Honestly, there must be justice and demonstrable ability to say sorry. You're not a fool when you say I'm sorry. Or when you say please. Just to say please and sorry. In fact, the greatest leaders are those like Mwalimu Nyerere, who stood up and said, I am sorry, I introduced Ujamaa kind of socialization. It didn't seem to work. I'm sorry, Tanzanians. We need leaders who are able to say sorry because they are not angels. Nobody is an angel. So I must conclude, ladies and gentlemen, by encouraging you and telling you, mbele iko sawa. But before it is sawa, we must do what we must do. And I tell you, the biggest thing is our constitution. With that constitution, unless it is overthrown, this country will now grow up with you guys looking at you. Even in fact, you're able to sit like this from Wiper Patriotic Front, from UDA, from Jubilee, from everywhere, and you're able to sit like this. Go tell your leaders, tolerate each other as well. I'll tell them myself, you know, I'm never afraid of them. I tell them. Because I know each one of them. And much as I acknowledge my own weaknesses, I know the terrible weaknesses on the part of some of our leaders. They do the opposite of what they say. They tell you, I mean, double-faced people. They tell you, hey, we're going to rid this country of corruption, and go and immediately the next thing is any procurement. Devolution, they say we're devolution. They don't believe in it. But let us be careful not to devolve corruption. It's already done. It's been devolved as well. We must really, there's a lot of work to you guys to do. The governance structures, even the youth council, interparty council, must also try to bring up, in my view, my honest advice, yeah, some structures, governance structures, that will continue to say no. And you see, for now, we must continue to call out to this regime and to tell them it is not to be business as usual. This revolution is ongoing. And it will come to its fruition at the ballot box in 2027. And nobody can do anything about it. So we are just telling IBC as well not to be partisan. We are watching. They already procured materials. I must tell you this. They've already, even before the new Ruto Commission came into place, the CEO of IBC, they may have told you this, have already procured materials for 2027 election in the absence of the commission. This is how bad things can become. Will you believe that? It is true. So that they will have eaten before the commission comes in. This is the truth. This is a tragedy of our country. Therefore, young people, your future is here. May God bless you. Mbele iko sawa. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well done.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for your wonderful remarks. I have taken with me